everybody, indeed. Yes, welcome to Never Not Funny. Zoot Suit Riot. That's the song of the day. That's the song that pays. If you have that on your Never Not Funny app as the song that came up, I don't know what I'm saying. But Zoot Suit Riot got in my head as I was urinating, as I was emptying my bladder, as I was going pee-pee. Welcome to the program. I'm Jimmy Pardo, and we've reached a new low. If you thought gambling and betting was a low, wrong. If you thought other things were low, wrong. Me doing that whole pee-pee rant, that's where it is. That's where it ends. That's where it ends. That's the end. That's World War Z, friend. That's World War P. That's World War PP. Come on, this bit's not ending. Why should it? It's gold. Hey, I hate when comics say comedy gold. I used to say it a lot when I started comedy, and I enjoyed saying it. And I'm not saying I was a trailblazer in any way, shape, or form. I'm pretty sure there's a kinescope of Chaplin miming it. He did the Gold Rush.
The Gold Rush,
right?
That was the plot.
And then one of the placard came up, comedy gold. And then he went around with his thing. That was his cane, Garen, not his cock. I know.
That was off camera.
What was?
Him and his cock. He was legendary.
Garen?
No, Chaplin.
How about Garen?
The legend has yet to be written.
I'd like to hear about that legend. Is there any legacy there to be had, Garen Cockrell? It's right in his last name, baby. Mm-hmm. You can't have a name like Cockrell.
Well, first we have to figure out what rel means.
Cockrell. Cockreal. Real cock.
Real?
Yeah.
No.
Hosted by, this is going to surprise you, Brian Gumbel.
Oh.
He hosts Real Cock over there on HBO. And it's talking to Garen's cock the entire time.
In depth, but a little pompous.
What are the Gumbles? What's he? Greg Gumbel. There's always the brother. There's always the Billy Ripken in the family. Mm-hmm. There's the one that succeeds, and there's the one that does great. Like if he was the only kid in show business, my son Greg's a reporter. Yeah. You got to be kidding me! What a success, Greg Gumbel. But then he's got a Brian. Poor Greg. You feel sad for those guys.
He's done all right.
He's fine.
But he has to think in the back of his head: would I have any of this without Bryant?
Well, Bryant's he's a little trimmer, a little fitter. Greg eats a lot of seafood. He's bloated. A lot of shellfish.
Is that what does it?
I have no idea. Pete Schwab told me a story once about Bern Piven, Jeremy's dad, doing a shoot and talking about looking at the playback of some PSA or something they did, and he's like, "Look how bloated I am. I ate too much shellfish last night." So to this day, I think shellfish make you bloated because pompous actor's dad said something about shellfish.
I never knew that Jeremy Piven's dad was an actor.
The whole family, the whole Piven.
Never.
That's how the Cusacks got involved. That's how they all know each other. There's this whole incestuous. I think the Pivens ran a theater school or theater camp or theater extracurricular activity.
Mm-hmm.
Piven.
I just saw that Arrested Development where the club is called. What's it called? I am Piven or something and Piven
and Piven and Jeremy Piven. Jeremy Piven. That's what it's called. That's fun, right? That joke specifically
made me laugh.
All right, listen. 12:24 is our episode. 2 to go until we end this nightmare. The worst season ever. They're not saying they're seasons for practical reasons. It's ongoing. One could be the next, could be the next, could be the next. Don't compare seasons. Seasons change, baby.
If you're going to compare seasons, let's talk about like the spring that we had or the winter. Like that's, I feel people should rate it that way because that's more.
No, that's not how we do the show. Though. You're.
Well, if you really want to be a fan, you should be breaking it down in multiple ways. Let's talk about 2012. How was that as a chunk of show?
I think, you know what? I think it's consistently good. I don't think one's worse than the other. I don't think one's better than the other. There's good shows here. There's good shows there. Mm-hmm. There's good shows everywhere.
You were recording a children's album during this episode. You
got your pee-pee. I got my pee-pee. I got the wee-wee. I got the World War Z. That's coming out. I really want to see that. I hope it doesn't stink.
Are you willing to pay, what is it, 70, what is it? They're doing some special thing in a few cities, LA being one.
What are my options? Tell me about this.
Garen, do you look it up? It's like $50 or something, or $70, and you get to see it 2 days before it opens, and they give you like a poster, and you get a digital copy of the movie when it comes out.
Yeah. I'll wait 2 days.
Yeah, it seems given that everyone knows that this movie was horribly over budget, it seems a little bit desperate.
Here's what I want. If I for that much money, I want Brad Pitt behind me rubbing my shoulders. Do you think he's in on that?
Throw a few zeros on the end, and you might be able to hook that up.
You mean some guys that aren't as cool as Brad Pitt? Is that what you mean by that?
Yeah, there's gonna be a bunch of losers behind Brad Pitt, and then
Brad Pitt there. Well, then I'm in. I don't mind if a bunch of zeros watch me. Let's go around the room. Let's talk about what's happening in here. We got to get Mike Siegel's going to be with us in a little bit. Good to have Mike back on the program. We'll probably talk about that Warrior Dash a little bit. Mike and I, of course, participate in the Warrior Dash together. You and I may or may not go see Kesha tomorrow.
Yeah. In
concert. We're debating on how much money to spend on Kesha. This is on the heels, by the way. I'm about to talk about you and I. We're going to drop some money to go see Kesha. Cliff Floyd quote of the day. I can't. Pardon my awful Amos and Andy impression of Cliff Lee, but
Cliff Floyd.
Cliff Floyd. Cliff Lee is a pitcher for the Phillies, who probably very articulate. Yeah, man. I can't. Pardon, please.
Forget the voice. Just do.
But he kind of talks.
Okay.
Like, yeah. So Craig Mish asks him. So Cliff, how was your father's? He's good. He was a good man. We woke again. It's more. Please pardon.
We're pardoning it.
Yeah. Hang on. I'm getting a.
Is that Cliff Floyd? Listen, man. If you're gonna do it right.
Can't take that call. That's a call I can't take right now.
Well, can you get it away from your mic stand so it's not rattling the whole show? Your phone is a discotheque when it goes off, man.
You're the one that taught me that.
I know, but because that's the only solution to what you wanted.
Worked out real well.
Okay, good.
So
for the audio listener, we're talking about the flash on his phone blinks when strobes when it comes in, because he was missing the BlackBerry feature where there's constantly a red light blinking.
There's a light that lets you know if you got a massage.
Yeah.
And I want to know when I'm getting a massage from Brad Pitt and the Zeros. Everybody okay? Everybody get hit with the truck if that joke was delivering on? Everybody okay? Everybody get sideswiped by some eye on that? So Cliff Lee, this, man, it was all right. It was all right. I woke up and part of it's sweet. So I'm not going to shit on the part sweet. My daughter made me a card. It was real nice. And then they got me some shoes that, I don't know if they were $800. And what the...
What?
Yeah, they were Louis, so they'll be all right. And they'll be all right. $800.
Wow.
And I couldn't tell, and I'm gonna give benefit of the doubt this time. I couldn't tell if he meant, why did they spend that kind of crazy money? Maybe he was saying he didn't need them. At any rate, I thought it was crazy that Cliff, and I'm yelling at my radio, no one can relate to you.
Did he get paid a lot in his playing?
Yeah, he was a good player.
Okay.
Yes, he was a good player, Cliff Floyd.
So he can afford this. It's not, because he's not making that money on satellite radio.
No, there's no, but he, listen, $800 shoes, nothing for him.
Okay.
That's like you going out and getting, sandwich. So, your budget's, accordingly. Yeah. You talk about, my kids got me a sandwich, and then they don't brag, right? Because somebody below you is going to be insulted by that. The way I was with Cliff Floyd talking about the shoes that he may or may not want for $800. Here is the Cliff Floyd quote of the week, though.
Okay.
The Cliff Floyd quote of the week.
They were talking to a baseball player, and he said, they hung up with him and go, that was great. He goes, yeah, that was real good that he came on here and gave us that explainer. And then I'm 100% sure he meant explanation. I guess he meant explanation. Cliff chose to use the word explainer.
Maybe it's industry talk.
You know what? I went back and forth on this even being a situation. What's going on? You're making a note.
Yeah, I got to put the theme song in there.
Theme song. Let's make a note of that. Cliff Floyd quote of the week, courtesy of Mike Henry over there at Mike Henry Industries. We're going to go around the room. We're going to go see Kesha, and we're debating how much we want to drop on this.
Yeah.
I enjoy a concert. You don't go as often as I do. Sure. I went last night to see Barry Manilow with my mother. Took my mother for a Mother's Day / birthday. Today is her birthday. Okay. Happy birthday if it's your birthday. And guess who else's birthday is today?
I don't know.
You got, there's two people of three. Rick Banchik, who you would never get that guess.
No.
You'd never make that. Rick was a gentleman I worked with at JR's record shop back in the day. Mm-hmm. Great guy, funny guy.
I'm going to guess Conan O'Brien.
No, he's back in April, okay. I believe.
Then I'm out.
June 17. Took my mom to see Barry Manilow for Mother's Day.
Is it Barry Manilow?
Barry Manilow.
Ah.
Barry Manilow's birthday. And my dad.
Oh, your parents had the same birthday.
That's great. Right? When you're a kid, you got to buy gifts.
Helps out. Yeah.
Does it?
Well, yeah. You don't. It's
horrible.
You have double the chance to remember it.
Try to remember, huh? Go right back to the Fantastics. That day in September when grass was green and grain was yellow. Try to remember. And if you remember, then follow. We've sang that song before on here. Nobody knew what I was talking about. John Ross Bowie sent me a nice email, said he had my back. He was singing along with me at that moment. As you people all left me high and dry. And Elliot, you should have known that because you're a theater queer.
I don't know why, because now that you're saying it, I know it.
Can't backpedal, man.
So you understand it when it's spoken. If it's sung,
I guess.
you can't.
Maybe I didn't catch the melody.
Speaking of which, Oliver, what song was Oliver was he was talk singing a song and making himself laugh so hard because he's like, Dad, it's so funny when you just say the words.
It is. I am with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? Oh, I will never remember it. Was it Money Grabber by Fitch and the Tantrum? No. Back. I'll never pull it. Damn it. Let me text him. Nah, he's in a moon house right now or a bounce house. He can't. No cell phones allowed in there. Went to say Barry Manilow. We'll talk about that in a moment. Had a nice time. Took my mom. Very nice to the Greek Theater. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Under the stars. Right. You know who opened up? And I'll talk more about this later. Jake Johansson.
Wow.
Jake Johansson.
Interesting.
Jake Johansson's a handful of comedians who I've never met.
Oh, I was going to say, you must know him.
Never met Jake Johansson. I wanted to get him on this program many times because I think he's hysterical. One of the greats. Did great. Best I've ever seen a comic do, opening up for a
that's tough.
musical act in an outdoor venue. I mean, there's a lot of layers there.
Yes.
Outdoor, music act, sun's still out. Like everything about it. He did 25 minutes.
Jeez.
Did great. Great.
That's cool.
Nice stuff. Jake Johansson. Really, I felt myself like an audience member. I was laughing. I wasn't being a judgmental comic. I was laughing. Like my mom and I would look at each other and laugh. Like, yeah, we do that. Like, it was really neat. It was it was enjoyable. Yeah. Oh, yes, Elliot. How could you make it not enjoyable now?
No, I just wanted to ask, was there anything that any strategy that you noticed that he did that specifically made it work?
Just talked. That's a great question. Any strategy that he did? Because I thought about that myself. And by the way, he didn't have a lot of room because he was out in front of the curtain. So he was, he probably had as wide as this table to work in, but he didn't need to move around much. He came out with the wireless mic. I would have liked to have seen him tucked in, maybe with a jacket. He chose to go untucked. Swore a couple of times, said asshole, shit, bullshit.
Really?
I got shit to do. I loved that. I loved that he didn't clean it up. I loved that he didn't. I know in my head I would have went a-hole. Might have said crap. But he didn't. And Barry, he was supposed to do 40. Barry came out 25 in and fired him.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why he did 25. I was impressed
Weird.
with 25, though. Then Barry's puppet heads popped out of the curtain.
Yeah.
We all thought it was who's the, God damn it, if I could have pulled it. King Friday's friend on Garfield Goose.
Oh, I thought you meant from Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Not Garfield Goose. Mr. Rogers.
Lady Elaine.
Lady Elaine Fairchild.
Yeah.
Yeah, Manilow pops his head out. We all thought it was Lady Elaine Fairchild, then he goes back in.
He also looks like a spitting image puppet. He's got that. Is that what they're called?
He does look like a spitting image puppet.
Those creepy British puppets from the 80s.
That look just like the person.
Yeah, but all awfully
But puppet.
Exaggerated in that way that caricatures are, but accentuating the worst. It makes everyone look awful.
You know, they made those of me, Doug Benson, and Bill Dwyer.
Right, you did that pilot.
We didn't. The pilot never got made. We did the presentation and trash talking with Doug Benson, and we were made into those puppets. And so the spitting image people did them.
Do you have a photograph of that?
I got photographs and memories of that. I gotta find that. So that's amazing. That why don't I?
I would like to.
Because it's the same ones that made the Genesis video.
Right, Land of Confusion.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I would like to Photoshop your puppet into the Land of Confusion video.
You're welcome to do it.
All right.
I would. Yeah. Why don't I have a photograph of that?
Who has the puppet is a better question.
Who's zooming who, Elliot?
Take another look.
Who's zooming who? What's my point? Anyway, Jake Johansson did a great job. So we got to decide on what we're going to spend. Hollywood Bowl tomorrow night, Kesha and Pitbull.
Yeah. Can I pay half price and leave? Not watch Pitbull.
I'm going to give you my mom's reaction. I'm going to be my mom, and you say, Mom, I may need you to come over Tuesday. because my friend may have free tickets for Kesha, not confirmed yet. And then you say that.
I'm not good at memorizing lines.
Just say that we're going to go see that, and then I'll be my mom.
I may need you to come over on Tuesday night because my friend might get free tickets to see Kesha.
Oh, great! Is it just Kesha?
No, it's Kesha and Pitbull.
Oh, well then you have to go. Oh, he's terrific.
What?
Oh, I like what he's doing. He's becoming like a song and dance man. Boy, I like it. Oh yeah,
Oh my God.
that Kesha. She's the one that drinks her own urine, right? And never showers, and she's dirty.
Did she really say that?
Yeah.
How does my mom? There's no way my mom knows who either of those
Your mom
people are.
listens to this. She knows.
She's probably listened to us talk about it and go, I don't know what they're talking about, and just tuned out for a few minutes.
My mom's hip and with it, man.
That is crazy. Does your mom watch Mad Men?
I don't think so. I think that's one that she never got caught in the cat in the.
My mom's visiting right now, and we watched Mad Men with her and my stepdad last
We're 2
night.
weeks behind. Keep that in
Okay,
mind.
I won't
before
say
you
anything
rattle.
spoilerish. I'm just going to say that she's maybe a little too into it.
Oh,
Like she's crazy into it. Like I thought I was into it, and she's just like I
She
think
lived it.
It's like that's true. Actually, there's a scene in a boarding school, and she went to a boarding school, and I was like, oh, is that what it was like? And she said, no, it wasn't.
boy, it does sound like she's into it.
She's
Dick Van Dyke doesn't like that show. You know why? He says that the wardrobe is inaccurate.
really.
Says that's not what they wore. They weren't, and not everybody was stylish. That's not everybody wore the beautiful suits. You know, some were, it was
There were
more
some
ill fitting. Yeah,
Well, it is a show.
well, that's what I said to Dick, and then he threw a ottoman at me. None of that's true. Hate my own joke. Anyway, how much are we dropping? What are you willing to do?
I just want. I feel like if we're gonna do it, we should.
We got to do it right.
Have good enough seats that it's not. It's a way, especially a show like that. Like it's one thing if it's a great band and you just want to hear them play the music, but the thing like Kesha, it's a bit of a visual spectacle, I would imagine.
Right, but how close can we get to take our pants off? So, I mean,
Right, we want to be in that sweet spot where we're allowed to put our hands down our pants, but we are also able to see something that would make that worthwhile.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about it off the air. Let's. I don't want to on the heels of Cliff Floyd talking about the shoes. Then both of us go $500.
Well, let me I'll just put this out to the audience at large. The cheapest tickets are $50-something on StubHub.
Well, to me, that's a no-brainer. We're doing that.
Yes.
But I agree with you that if we're going,
Although that made me I know it's the
going.
Hollywood Bowl, but that I don't like that. I don't like that those shit seats are $50. That's not right. I'm not saying that the more expensive ones closer aren't. That's fine. But if you're so far back in the back of that place,
I know $50 is
just crazy.
Hey, but you're in the venue, man. It's rock and roll. Is it?
No. Maybe that one song with Iggy Pop.
Anyway, we're gonna maybe Iggy's gonna be
You think
there.
he'll drop in?
That's the type of thing that happens in Hollywood, baby. You don't know what's gonna happen.
That piece of string cheese comes
Right?
out.
That shirtless devil comes out. I love it. That's going to be great. That piece of string cheese. That's a great visual. I want somebody to animate for IFC, the Iggy Pop show, and he's just a walking string cheese.
I don't even know what I meant by that, but he's
worked.
so sinewy and disgusting.
It worked, man. It worked. Speaking of concerts, imdhd.com, nope, wrong, popculturebeast.com. There you go. Garen Cockrell. Garen, how are you, first of all?
I'm great.
You went to see our friend Cyndi Lauper.
I did.
How was it?
She was fantastic.
Was she? Listen, I hear she's a little unusual. Can you
A
confirm
little
that?
unusual.
Did she bop?
She bopped.
She bop?
That's another concert where you go
I
put your
bopped.
hand down your pants.
You bop?
I think you guys bopped.
Yeah.
We all.
We all bop. So she did that entire album.
Yep.
Great. And then other songs, of course.
No. She
J-
did
Pardon?
the whole album. The whole album came out about an hour late, I think. Did the whole album, closed with Shine and a verse of True Colors, and that's it.
Wait a minute. So she only played 12 songs or something?
Mm-hmm.
How long was she out there?
She was out there for
50 minutes.
Yeah, about. No, well, she talked a lot.
She does
told
talk
some
a lot.
stories. She said, "I want to give you the '80s experience." So she told stories about the album, and
If you want to do the 80s experience, then cover a Prince song. But beef it up a little bit.
Well, she does.
Oh, that's good. That was a bad
when you were
example.
mine.
That was
Right,
really,
when you were mine,
That was a
right?
bad pull on my part. I
Yeah.
should have said Michael Jackson. I just mean fill out that set list, baby.
Who opened?
we missed him. It was Hunter something.
Hunter Pence, the outfielder for the San Francisco Giants?
Hunter Valentine, maybe.
Hunter
I've
Valentine.
never heard of him.
And so it's just her.
Yep.
It wasn't. She's not even like on a package tour. Package tour.
All her.
So wait, what did you say? She was out there an hour and
It-
change?
Yeah. It wasn't well, they told me the schedule and they said she was gonna be out there for 2 hours and like 5 minutes. I'm like, whoa, but that didn't happen.
There's no way that happened if she's just doing the album.
That drives me nuts. I saw the Strokes at the Greek once, and they literally played for 50 minutes, and they were the headliner, and it was just crazy.
Unless they're on a package show. If they're on like you
fine.
go see Foreigner, Bryan Adams, and Journey.
And the Strokes.
Well, who were the Strokes be on with? Who was that? The Hives were the other band. That
Yeah,
was at the time.
the Hives. I'm trying to think of who is it that maybe Jimmy Eat World could get in there. Although they're a
I
little,
have to, right?
yeah, they're coming out with something new, right?
I think so. So is Death Cab as well, or are they breaking up? What's going on with them?
I
Something.
don't know. Well, Postal Service was doing something.
That's it. They're on tour, and one of the guys is from there, right?
Yeah.
Is that the situation?
Ben Gibbard.
Is this a good situation? Anyway, you had fun. Did you get good seats, Garen? Were they good?
Oh yeah.
Great over there at the Greek. Greek's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Love the Greek. Hey, we show up yesterday. I got there with my mom. We got there a little early. There was no traffic. I've never not been in awful getting to the Greek traffic. We kind of breezed in, and I didn't even know this was available. Non-stack parking was available at the Greek. Saw the sign, non-stack parking, $20. I pulled up and I said to the guy, "How much is the stack parking?" He goes, "It's 15." I go, "Who the fuck doesn't do non-stack for 20?
Yeah.
Who's the asshole that goes, nah, and then goes and waits up in the forest and risks getting raped by some wood creature to save $5? Who's that asshole?
I
Right?
didn't know that. I didn't know that either. I would have expected that to be like $30 or something.
That's right. It was $20, and then it was right near the thing. And my mom, I said, I made some comment about, it's right there. And my mom said, well, is there a shuttle or something? I'm like, no, that's what she said. Is there a shuttle? I go, Mom, it's right there. And then she goes, well, look, there's a shuttle. I'm like, well, who takes a shuttle from here? I kid you not. People were getting on the shuttle to walk as far as you and I are about to walk to our car when we leave here.
Right.
And I'm like, it's a bigger hassle to wait for the fucking shuttle and take the
Yeah.
shuttle and get off the shuttle.
Does it do a whole loop too? So you have to wait.
I don't know what kind of loop-de-loops it does. It did not look like a coaster.
Does it do donuts?
Hey, you see that clip people put on Facebook over the weekend of the dad that built the roller coaster in the backyard out of PVC?
No.
It's awesome. It's every kid's dream.
I love the sound of it.
And by the way, somebody goes, that clip's been on the internet for 15 years. Great. I saw it this weekend because it was Father's Day, assholes.
Yeah.
So,
Makes sense.
So that's something in my eye, in addition to the pupil and iris. I got the Goo Goo Dolls in there. Some asshole comedian made a joke where the iris is part of the eye. Doesn't he know the origin of the song? No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I ruined your experience watching VH1, Video Hits 1, the one for you.
What happened?
I was on the list,
Yeah.
and somebody listed Iris as their favorite love song. And
And you were like, it's about an eye.
and Kelly Martin from Life Goes On in ER says, and that's the show with Sally Field. She says, she goes, I don't even know what that song's about. And I go, well, it's about an eye. And, big laugh. And then, internet buzz, how I'm an asshole for not knowing what it's about.
What? I thought it was about an eye. I honestly thought it was about an eye.
No, it's about a girl named Iris.
Oh my God.
Right?
How did I miss that all these years?
I don't know. You dumb?
Well, guess you and me both.
I was being humorous.
Oh, you weren't serious about it.
No, I was making.
I really thought it was.
And
about
then I
an
said
eye.
I like their follow-up, Retina. That's what I said.
Nice.
That's what I said. I went with the follow-up Retina, which then I overanalyzed of should have went away from the eye, should have went to another body part.
I think that no.
Retina's a funny
I
word.
think you nailed it. It's funny. It's a funny word, and it doesn't require any thought.
I'm a winner.
Elliot says cochlea. Let's check the board. Do I see cochlea? Sorry.
No.
Third strike.
No. In fact, you know what they've done? They've torched the board to get rid of any risk of that showing up there. That's how awful of a goddamn guess that is. They've canceled Family Feud because of that goddamn guess.
That's worth it.
Is it? Why are you mad at Steve Harvey? That guy's got 9-button suits. That's my wife's joke. He shows up to work, he buttons his 9 buttons, gets out of the set. God damn it, my wife's funny. Anyway, Garrett, you did a great job. You enjoyed that thing. Did you review it over there at Pop Culture Beast?
I haven't done it yet. I need to.
What is it going to be? What do you do? 9 Dobros? What
Oh, I don't know.
What do you get for She's So Unusual?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna give it an 8 or a 9. I just don't know what.
You got to give it an
What
8
item?
based on time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You have to do it based on time, after time,
Yeah.
right? Because that's not a long enough set, man. That's disappointing. Although, what else did you get to do? The Drive. We drove all night. I mean, what other songs are you gonna do? Maybe Unchained Melody.
Change of Heart.
What?
She could have done Change of Heart. Drove All Night. There's a lot.
Drove
of
All Night.
songs
Goonies are good enough.
Good enough.
That's what I was waiting for.
Good enough.
That's the 80s experience. If you want to get an 80s experience, what's more 80s than that
We
song?
played that song on the way out.
Nope, not acceptable.
You shouldn't have had to.
So she did everything.
She
Money
owes you an
changes
apology.
everything.
No, she should have done that. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
You know, when I saw her, she didn't have anything but that album either, and she did that. She opened and closed with that song.
it's a good
Same
song.
as Wham, whose shirt I'm wearing here today.
Yeah.
They open with Everything She Wants and close with Everything She Wants.
So, Girls Just Want to Have Fun wasn't the closer for that original tour?
No,
That's amazing.
She
no.
did that second last night.
She did it second.
Well, she did the album in order, right?
I'm pretty sure she did. Yeah.
Pretty sure you're the worst journalist in
Come
the history
on.
of journalism.
Checked
You want people to go
exactly.
to that website? I do all I can to send people over there. I even said Elliot's reviews are good. I didn't say that. You did as the editor-in-chief, and I agree that I enjoyed it. The guy reviewed pasta. Right? Where else can you go for a guy who can review pasta sauce and then another guy reviews a Led Zeppelin DVD? Pat Francis reviews Superman. He saw it. It's already up and loaded.
I
What are you
know.
doing dragging your heels? And I said heels in the gay vernacular. You're a friend of Dorothy. You put your red shoe on there. How about red shoes? Huh? You give it 8 red shoes.
How many red shoes are you going to give it? There you go.
Huh? Munchkins. How about 8 munchkins? That seems all right. I don't know.
She is tiny.
She's a tiny
What
little
about Goonies? Give it Goonies.
Well, how about that? How about that's your thing?
1 out of 5 Goonies. How many Goonies were there? 4?
6.
Do you count? Do you count Sloth? He joined at the end, right?
No, he's a ancillary member.
Love the word ancillary.
I do too. That's the second. What's the other one that we heard today without going into specifics?
Oh, that's a word I didn't even know, and like Pat, I was like, I got to look that up.
That's not. I don't want to go into details.
But I still haven't looked it up yet. Can you? Well, first you have to remember what the word was, and you have to tell me what the definition is.
Word was. Let me look. Let me look, everybody. Let me look. We're gonna get to our guest in half a second here, as we.
And maybe I've
always
just
do.
have never seen it written. Maybe I would know it if I heard it out loud.
Why can't I pull? Why can't I pull it?
It was like
Take the tones off.
It was like Bustamante or something.
It was not Bustamante.
I know
Don't
it's
talk
not
like an
literally
asshole.
Bustamante. It sounded like Bustamante. Come on.
Mountebanks. Is it Mountebanks? Montblanc. What does it mean, Elliot?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Montblanc.
I thought that was a pen.
I may
Garrett,
be-
look it up. So, because what I say, that's a nice pull. Whatever I say is going to be accurate, but clumsily said, and I'm going to get emails, and I don't want to tolerate emails.
Spell it again.
Come on,
Mountebank.
Garrett is the type of thing. Yeah, Mountebank. I think it means swindler. Swindler is how I took it.
No, a person who deceives others, especially in order to trick them out of their money. A charlatan.
Never heard it. I love it though.
Pronunciation?
We received an email today. Again, I'm not going to go into specifics why. Matt, Pat, and I received an email today, and that word was used in the email, and I loved it.
And you proclaimed your love for it, and Pat proclaimed his ignorance of its definition, and I stayed out of it and
Because you didn't know either.
hung my head in shame.
You're going to be proud that you're dumb, Matt. Mm-hmm. Right? Take pride the way Pat does. Anyway, Garrett, I'm glad you enjoyed that show. I was busy playing poker. One of our guests here today was at that said poker game. Or else I would have gone to that Cyndi Lauper show as well. Garrett, you know I'm talking to you, right?
I'm listening.
Okay.
He's doing his job.
Listen to the notes.
I don't know. I'm looking over. I see him. He's not making eye contact with me. Right?
Got a job to do.
All right. Listen, I apologize, Garrett.
Ain't no
People
use
need
in
to know
complaining.
The definition of Montebank.
Oh, you're putting that up. Love it. How is it pronounced? Is it Montebank?
It just says Montebank.
How about the Montalban? That's got some Corinthian leather,
Yeah,
right? Smiles,
that's
everyone.
a
Smiles.
high-end swindler.
Good stuff. Strong stuff. What is it? How do you pronounce it?
I think it's just Montebank.
Montebank. Montebank.
What is the origin of that?
Now, what's the origin? Before I have to spell it for you.
And also, I want the part of speech.
And what's the new rule on those now? They have to use it in a sentence, right?
I think so. I didn't watch it this year, but yeah.
They've thrown that caveat into it. That seems
Yeah.
unfair, right?
Well, if it shortens the event, then I'm all for it. That thing goes on for
Who gives
days.
a shit how long it goes? It doesn't affect your life at all.
But I like watching it, and it's
then watch the end. Watch the last
even
12.
the end tape. It could keep going. It's like baseball. It could keep going
The
indefinitely.
hugs annoy me. Well, then edit it down. Don't show it live, you dumb fucks.
Oh, then where's the thrill?
I'll tell you this. I watch it once every 10 years, and it does annoy me when CNN says breaking news, 12-year-old, I can't even come up with a name, but that doesn't sound offensive,
Right.
wins.
We all know what you were going to go.
Yeah.
Indian.
Yeah, Indian, from the Middle East. And I'm making fun of myself for making fun of myself on a previous episode. Did you get the origin on that?
It comes from the Italian Montembanco.
Oh, Montembanco. You ever go to
Based-
Montembanco? God damn, beautiful this time of year.
Best skiing in the world.
You are not kidding. You can go winter.
I think our guest has been there. He's been all over the
God,
place.
he's a traveler. The guy loves Montembanco. And then my mother plays that with her canasta club. Every
Oh,
now and then
sure.
they say, who's in for Montembanco?
Let's mix it up.
And I'm going to tell you who doesn't like it. Carol. Carol does not care for Montembanco.
Yeah.
And my mom is furious.
Well, she wants to use her own Montebanco tiles, and they're like, "Look, you play your way, we play our way. This is not going to work."
If you're going to go to the clubhouse at the complex, you group tiles.
Yeah,
Carol.
got to use the house tiles.
House tiles. Thank you. I said group tiles.
It's just
House tiles. Carol, and it infuriates my mother. For myndhd.com, Elliot Hochberg. Elliot, you're doing a great job.
Thank you, sir.
Looking forward to seeing the opening for the new season.
Me too.
Okay. Just looked right in the camera, and I saw him do it, and it made me very uncomfortable. He said, "Me too," not to me,
To the camera.
Well, I can't. If
No, I'm right here.
I see you,
I'm right here.
I know.
So I'm looking forward to the new thing.
Yes.
You and me too.
Me
You
too. All
chose
right.
to.
Yeah.
Me too. Right in that camera like an a-hole. Johansson would have said asshole. I cleaned it up.
yeah,
Matt, you're doing great. You had a good Father's Day.
yeah, very nice.
I saw you got a T-shirt
I did.
and you got some other number one dad hats and paraphernalia.
The shirt was Darth Vader, and it said "#1 Dad," which I thought was
Fun.
appropriate because I'm evil.
I'm gonna guess that your children don't understand the humor of that shirt.
Right. That was more. I think my wife's doing.
I understand.
I'm actually trying to keep. It's too late, but I was trying to keep my daughter in the dark about the origins of Darth Vader. But these kids now, they hear about it because of the prequels. They all know it's ruined. They all, even before they see the movies, they all know that Anakin is Darth Vader. So
what was maybe the biggest reveal
the
in
best-
our lifetime?
the best twist in film history for my life.
is now actually ruined by the prequels.
Yes.
Because a child today is not going to start with number 4.
It doesn't even matter if they start with #4 or not because there's so much merchandising.
Stop!
Because like these kids, they don't see the movies when they're 3 or 4. They just hear about it, or they get the action figure or whatever. They get some book. We got this book. Have you seen that little cartoons of what is it called, Vader and Son or something? It's really funny. It's these little cartoons about like if Darth Vader was actually trying to raise Luke Skywalker.
I have not seen that.
And he's like it's like a 4-year-old Luke Skywalker, and he's like trying to teach him.
And he runs a junkyard, right?
Yeah,
Vader and Sons.
That would have been a good one.
There's a junkyard. Rollo comes over. R2 Rollo. Rollo D2. Rollo D2 is a better call. And he comes over.
Yeah,
And he does the theme song as R2.
R2 plays the theme song.
Oh, come on, R2. That's my horrible C3PO. That's Grady. Grady plays C3PO. Oh, come on, Fred.
Anyway, I'm just saying it's annoying. I'll see.
Chewbacca makes the gorilla cookies. This whole thing, I'm doing this. I'm doing Star Wars as Sanford and Son.
All I care about is if I can get my son, because I saw Star Wars when I was 3, and that seems young, right?
I don't. You know
there's a
what? I
lot
think
of-
Oliver saw it at 4.
But did he know when he saw it? Was he aware? Did he?
I don't think he knew or cared.
Okay. I'm going to see if I can make it work. Although Zoe will probably ruin it for him.
Can
but
you think about maybe some better parenting things to do?
This is the most important thing I have to do as a parent.
I know you. Listen, we all have it. I know. I feel the same way about many movies.
Dog Day Afternoon. I hope Oliver doesn't know that it's actually he's gay. I mean, I don't mean Oliver's gay. I mean the character that Al Pacino plays. It
What?
turns out he's gay. He's married to a man.
I've never made it all the way through that movie. Is that how that works?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. It's a classic.
He's married to Chris Sarandon.
DDA.
I hadn't seen that movie until a few weeks ago.
Is that true?
Yeah.
You liked it?
I did.
Holds up.
It's fantastic. Yeah, it's a great
Terrific movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing performances. Amazing performances. The movie's amazing, and then also amazing performances. I didn't want to repeat amazing.
Anyway, happy Father's Day a day late.
You too.
We'll talk about Kesha in
What'd you
in the
do?
coming weeks. What did I do? I had a beautiful brunch with my family, my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, my wife, my son, and then came home, watched the U.S. Open, watched Hunter Mahan blow it, and going 4 over with 4 holes to go. I got him in my golf pool.
Oh.
And one and done type of thing. You can only pick a golfer one time throughout
Right.
the year. And I picked Hunter Mahan. I was the only guy that picked him.
Oh, if he had won.
Everybody had Phil. A bunch of people had Justin Rose. A bunch of people had Jason Day. Nobody had Hunter Mahan. I would have.
You must have been losing your
propelled.
mind.
And I'm watching him go, holy fuck! And I'm like, I picked the guy, and then he just tied for 4th.
Oh,
Thumbs
brutal.
down, man. All right, let's bring our guest in. Let's take a break. Right around the corner for the non-subscribers, a little something from GoDaddy. We'll be back. Right after this.
Hey guys, Matt here with some dates for you. Mike Siegel can be found at funnymike.com. Elliot Hochberg's show, Hope Falls at the Impro Theater, is ending on the 29th of June. If you want to go check it out, it's in Los Feliz. ImproTheater.com is where to go to get tickets and info. And, of course, Jimmy Pardo is going to be playing the Acme Comedy Club in Minneapolis on July 26th and the 27th. Check him out at jimmypardo.com and enjoy.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. All right, listen, welcome back to the program. It's a mishy-mosh. Our friend, listen, let's go around the room. I already went around the room. It's a beautiful day outside. Don't be thrown by our guest jacket. It is about 90 degrees outside. Apparently, this guy has come down with the influenza. He may have the bird flu. He may have SARS. He may have gangrene.
Got a sweater, drinking a hot coffee.
Yeah, what are you doing over there? Do you want to get Gary? Will you run across the street and get him a nice bowl of soup? I'm very concerned about Mike Siegel. What are you doing? It's
How's the oatmeal in this place?
It's 900 degrees outside.
I don't know what I was thinking.
And it's a fleece too.
I know. Okay, it's done. It's gone. It's off.
Did you leave the house at 5:30 this morning?
No kidding.
I don't know what's happening. You're in a different office. I thought maybe it'd be a chill in here. I thought maybe
It is
there would be-
actually a little chilly. I'm not cold, but
I thought it'd be like in a studio. You know, like a TV
Like
studio.
a television studio?
Yeah, you're filming now. You don't want to get sweaty.
like Ed Sullivan Theater.
Yeah.
Ice cold.
You know where it's ice cold? Conan. Man, I don't know what they've done lately, but they've dropped it, and it is cold. And then whenever I say, man, it's cold in here, Jeff Ross says, look at the thermometer, and it's always 67.7. It's like, or 66. I go, do you think maybe it's broke? It's always, he goes, no, that's what we said it so that it's right at that. Like, it's freezing in here.
67 is kind of chilly. Like if it's air conditioned.
Man, you don't know how cold works then, says an
Man.
No, but in your
says a
house,
horrible comeback.
What do you put your thermostat on in your house in the summer?
The summertime?
Yeah.
Well, we don't have an air conditioner. We just have a wall unit in one of the rooms.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I live down by LAX. We don't.
yeah, you don't really have
need
to
air
deal with
conditioning twice a year,
that. Yeah.
and even that's high.
And you don't have it either.
No, I have it, but I think I used it twice last year, maybe.
Jesus.
I'll tell you what though, for that week last summer when it was 127,
Yeah, it was
those
needed.
5 days, it's like that's when we're getting it. I don't care for next year, we're getting it. And then as soon as that's over, it's like, well, I'm not gonna drop that money. I'm not Cliff Floyd with throwaway shoe money.
All I was gonna say is I leave mine on 75, and
What's
that's
a
fine.
75?
That's fine.
I
Actually,
think-
no. I guess in the summer maybe I go to 72.
A member of Consumer Reports is going to go over to your house and change that for you. That's too high.
What do you mean?
Actually, that's good for you're saving energy.
Oh,
what
for
I-
summer. I'm
that's what I
sorry.
mean.
For winter,
Yeah.
it would be.
Oh no. For winter, I go the opposite way. I put it at 68.
68 is too cold.
Now, is Elise one of those people that's always cold? Is she one of those?
No. Well,
You mean a girl?
yeah.
girl?
Yeah. In the winter, yeah. Yeah, I guess so. She has a blanket. If we're watching TV, she'll always have like, just yeah. But
I found that I use a
I guess I
blanket
don't
when
go
I'm watching
68.
TV, no matter what the weather.
Really,
Like I always put a little fleece blanket over myself.
shim sham?
Yeah, a little shimmy sham.
I hardly ever turn the heat on in the winter.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, we have the heat on.
Yeah. No,
We have Glenn Fry over our house right now. He's got a guy who, you know what
you smuggling something in?
and not happy about it. He's got the blues.
Is that song really considered the blues? I always wondered that.
He's got the smuggler blue. No,
I know it's considered shit.
It's terrible.
To see this whole episode or for more great content with comedian Jimmy Pardo, head over to Pardcast.com. Don't forget to share, rate, and subscribe.